Hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions gameplay video. I'm Earth Twister, and I'm excited to be bringing you my first ever limited environment draft tournament game, Cyclops and Leadership against Taskmaster. That was a mouthful. Now, I am shuffling up the encounter deck here. I've done a few practice games. I've won 2 really well, and a couple of others I got really unlucky. So we're hoping to get lucky here. It should be okay. It should be okay. We'll see how it goes. Of course, we've got our encounter deck here shuffled up. Taskmaster is set to level 2 with 16 health points. I am Cyclops with 10 hit points. There we go. And of course, if you haven't noticed, I am using the alt art here. A friend of mine was able to give that one to me. So this is the only card I have that is like that. So I'm just really pumped and excited about it. Let's do a quick shuffle here of the player deck, and then we'll finish setup for everything else. Now, there's a couple of cards in here that, as I did my practice runs, I realized are not really that important for the deck. They're not priority to get down necessarily, but they're still in the deck because they're helpful. And if there comes a point when I need to use them over something else that I have, then we will, I need to make sure I get those taken out. There we go. Those don't need to be in my deck. But when it comes to a point where I realize that I need to, or I'm able to play them, and it's not going to necessarily affect how the rest of the game is going to go, then I will be able to use them. But they'll probably either be discarded if they're in my hand to start, or they will, they just will be used as resources later on to pay for events or things that I need to be able to pay for. So there we go. We have got our cards all shuffled up there. Our allies are out there. And of course, we've got everything else done the way it needs to be. So let's finish setup. Of course, we get the captive allies are set aside. We search for the Hydra Patrol and put it into play. And that will come in with 2 threat on it. Then we would shuffle the encounter deck, which I did. This starts with 1 threat, and I need to remember that each turn I will be either adding more threat to it or taking damage. He will go ahead and give me a card when he's revealed, so that's an encounter card there. And I do need to make some adjustments to my lighting at some point. It's a bit of a struggle. All right, so starting hand, we get Danger Room Training, Ruby Quartz Visor, Ricochet Beam, Avengers Mansion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Colossus. Now, I'm not ready for Colossus. He's a bit too expensive, and the 2 Danger Room trainings can be pulled in with the Danger Room. So we'll pull that out. Ricochet Beam, not really going to be able to use. I mean, I can, but maybe not right now. So we'll keep Ruby Quartz Visor and the Avengers Mansion. Beast, Stink, Sunfire, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Field Commander. Okay. I am going to go ahead and use my action to grab a tactic upgrade. Now, I typically, with these tactic upgrades, I'm a bit interesting with them. And what I mean by that is I tend to use them more as resources than actually play them on enemies until I'm ready to do a bunch of attacking. All right, so what might be helpful here, let's see. We do these 4 for Beast. I can get a resource card and hold Avengers Mansion in my hand, or I could do these 4 for Avengers Mansion and then pay for Ruby Quartz Visor. Yeah, let's do these 4 for Avengers Mansion. Avengers Mansion is going to be really good for keeping cards coming, helping me out in hero phase to have enough cards to do what I want. But for now, we'll go ahead and draw a card. We got an energy, so we'll use the energy there to pay for Ruby Quartz Visor, and we'll hang on to Beast in my hand. I'll go ahead and flip up here. As I flip up, Taskmaster is going to deal 1 point of damage, so that is a gang up there. I love to see that card disappear, even for something like this. With that, I'll go ahead and swing for 1 on him, and I'm going to wait till I have an ally to remove the threat off of this scheme. All right, let's drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, Professor X may be a really good play here. All right, so threat is going to go up by 1. Then I either take a damage, which I think I'll take the damage this time, and then, or I could add an extra threat. Taskmaster is going to attack for 2 plus a boost. I'm going to take this one to the face. 2, just 2. There goes a scheme. Drop down to 6. And then we get our 2 encounter cards. The first one is Photographic Reflexes. And then the next one is Master Plan. So this goes up to 6 threat. That's not good. Okay. Well, with that being the case, I'm going to go ahead and use Avengers Mansion to draw a card. We get Tactical Brilliance. Let's see if I do 4. If I want to get, do I want to get Beast in or Professor X? Professor X would help me be able to flip down if I wanted to at some point in the future. Let's see. Can I do, let's say 1, 2, 3 for X-Jet, and that would leave me with 3 to still be able to pay for Professor X. Or do I do, the X-Jet would be a good thing to keep going. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4 for Beast, and then I would use Professor X as a resource to pay for the X-Jet. I think I prefer getting the X-Jet down. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll use the 2 allies and priority target for the X-Jet. The X-Jet, Helicarrier, and Tactical Brilliance will pay for Professor X. Professor X will confuse Taskmaster. I'm going to go ahead and thwart 2 off of Hydra Patrol, and Professor X will thwart 3, taking it down to 1. Then we'll ready and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to see Gambit. Threat will go up by 1. And I'll take the damage. Taskmaster will attack for 2 plus a boost. Professor X will defend. Of course, he does get a consequential. He would have had a consequential from the threat. So 2, 3. That defeats Professor X, and there is no overkill, which is great. Then we get an encounter card, Mimicry. So I discard the top 5 cards in my deck, and if an attack card was discarded this way, he's going to attack me. 4 and 5. Oh, no. Okay. So I got ally, a superpower that's not an attack, and then the last card I discarded was Ricochet Beam, which is an attack. So he's going to attack me for 2 plus a boost. I'll defend for 2. 2, 3, so I take 1 damage. Ah, man. Okay. Well, on my turn, I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. Ooh, Genius. That is great. So X-Jet and Genius will pay for Gambit. Gambit will come in and look at the top 3 cards. None of these are good for him. We'll grab Mimicry. Put that one underneath him. So he's a 1/1. He'll be a good tank, I guess. We got Ruby Quartz Visor. So maybe I want to do put Exploit Weakness on Taskmaster. No, probably not. Maybe Tactical Brilliance. So Gambit will thwart 1, which defeats Hydra Patrol. Hydra Patrol has me search the encounter deck for a minion. Put it into play. So he's put into play and not revealed. So he does not insight 1. I could either put Angel in and have Angel defeat him, or do 2 for Tactical Brilliance, remove the 3 threat here, and add a tactic card to my hand. Ooh, okay. Hold on. I think... So we'll grab Priority Target. Maybe this will help, maybe it won't. We'll grab Priority Target, and we'll chuck that on the Hydra regular. I'm going to use the Ruby Quartz Visor to do my action, which is spend a resource of any type to deal 3 damage to an enemy with an upgrade attached. So that is the Hydra regular. He gets defeated. When attached enemy is defeated, the player who defeated this draws 2 cards. So I get 2 cards. I get a Strength and a Call for Backup. I'm going to use Exploit Weakness to pay for Call for Backup. That will be a really good side scheme to have. I'm at 4 health. Gambit can take a hit for me. So we'll go ahead and ready and drop to 5. We don't want to waste that confuse when we don't need to. 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of like to see Wolverine. That's going to go up for 1 on hunting down heroes. Taskmaster is going to attack for 2 plus a boost. Gambit will defend. 2, 3. That does defeat Gambit. I'd rather have you captured something better for me, but that's all right. And our encounter card is Taskmaster's Training Camp. Comes in with 2 threat. Okay. Well, let's think about this. We'll draw a card. Inspired. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to use Strength, pay for Danger Room. Now, I mean, this isn't maybe the best way to do this, so let me think about it. Yeah. Then I'll use Inspired and Wolverine to pay for Tactical Brilliance. It's going to remove 3 threat from a scheme, which is going to be from Call for Backup, and then I can search my deck and discard pile for an ally and put it into play. Oh, would you look at that, Wolverine. We'll get Wolverine put into play. Call for Backup gets removed from the game. He'll come in, and then I get to search my discard pile for a tactic card and add it to my hand. So we'll go ahead and grab... We'll grab Practice Defense here. Then I'm going to use the X-Jet to chuck Danger Room Training on Wolverine. I'm going to thwart 2 personally off of Taskmaster's Training Camp. Wolverine's not going to attack just yet, but I am going to flip down and ready, drop to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're getting an extra encounter card here. Okay, threat's going to go up by 1. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player in hero form must choose to either place 1 threat or take a damage. I'm in alter ego form, so I don't have to do that. He would scheme, but he's confused. And we get 2 encounter cards. First one, each player in hero form takes 1 damage and discards a card at random from their hands. I'm not in hero form, but this does insight 1, so it goes up to 3. Glad to see that when I'm in alter ego. And we get Hydra Soldier with guard. That's not bad. Wolverine can take him out in 1 hit. That was pretty good. I wish Wolverine had overkill. We'll go ahead and Avengers Mansion to draw a card. We get Gambit back. Then we'll search my deck for a tactic card and add it to my hand. We'll grab, I guess, Exploit Weakness. Again, probably going to use it more as a resource. I'm going to heal for 3. I will do... Ooh. We'll check priority target on Hydra Soldier. Wolverine will attack for 4 on the Hydra Soldier. We'll defeat him. I get to draw 2 cards. Okay. There we go. So Wolverine does, of course, take 2 consequential for that. Strength will pay for Utopia. Can't use X-Jet. Exploit Weakness will pay for X-Gene. That may or may not be helpful later on down the way. And then I can either use an inspired... I want Phoenix or Gambit. I think we're going to do... I got really unlucky with Gambit earlier. Phoenix would get me a Cyclops card from my discard pile, which is just Exploit Weakness and Priority Target. I think we'll use these as 3 resources, so Inspired, Practiced, and Phoenix for Gambit. Once Gambit enters play, we're going to trigger his response first, so top 3 cards of the encounter deck. 2, 1, 1. Okay, so we got a 2-1 here. Danger Room will trigger, and we'll get to add a Danger Room training on him. So he's a 3/3/4. Then I'll flip up. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. I take 1 damage, which is not bad. Gambit will thwart for 3 off the main. He'll take a consequential. The X-Jet will inspire Wolverine. And I think we're going to chill. I think he actually would have been at 1. He would have healed 1 because of the player phase. So yeah, we're going to chill here. No, he attacked for 2 right at the start. That's right. So we're going to, or attack for 4 right at the start. He didn't, because the Hydra Soldier, I would have already, yeah, so he would be 1. Okay. Yeah, we're going to ready and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1. We'll actually let this one go up another 1 because of the response there. I'm in hero form. He's going to attack for 2 plus a boost. I think... I hate to lose Gambit again. But is it the best way to go? I think I'll defend for 2. No. Wait, no, I can ready. So yeah, I'll defend for 2. He's attacking for 2, 3. I take 1 damage. Our encounter card is captured by Hydra. Love to see this, actually. So we've got 4 allies here that we'll just go ahead and shuffle up real quick. So when revealed, place 1 random set-aside captive ally face down beneath the scheme. When the scheme is defeated, the player who defeated it takes that ally into their hand and removes the scheme from the game. All right. I think what we'll do, X-Gene and X-Jet will pay for Tactical Brilliance. I remove 3 threat from a scheme. That drops this to 2. And then I can choose a tactic card in my discard pile and add it to my hand. Grab Practice Defense. Avengers Mansion will draw me a card. Okay. We'll use Sunfire. Ricochet Beam. And Exploit Weakness. As 3 resources to pay for Colossus. Colossus gets to come in only for 3 because it says reduce the cost to pay Colossus by 1 if your identity has the mutant or X-Men trait. Is the ready more important here, or is Danger Room training more important? I think the Danger Room training, the ready. So Utopia then will trigger to ready me. Colossus comes in with a tough. I am going to swing at Taskmaster for 1. When a player attacks Taskmaster, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage to that player's identity instead, then discard Photographic Reflexes. So I just take 1 point of damage. Then I guess we'll put Practice Defense on Taskmaster. Gambit will thwart for 1, 2, 3 off of Captured by Hydra. Remove this scheme from the game. This comes to my hand. White Tiger. I don't have the ally space to pay for her yet. But she's going to be good for helping me manage threat. So he would actually be fully healed. I forgot to do that step. Wolverine's going to attack for 3, 4, 5. That will drop Taskmaster to 10. Now he takes 2 damage. I am going to use my action. Ruby Quartz Visor is going to pay an energy resource to deal 3 damage to Taskmaster because he has Practice Defense on. Colossus is actually going to just chill here for now. And then we're going to ready and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, threat's going to go up by 2. Well, because we're going to allow it to go up a second one rather than taking the damage. Then Taskmaster is going to attack for 1 plus a boost. Colossus will defend. He's 1 because of the Practice Defense, so 1, just 1. That knocks off his tough. Thank you for soaking that 1 damage, Colossus. And our encounter card is Taskmaster's Sword. Okay, this falls off because it's temporary. And on my turn, Avengers Mansion is going to draw me a card. We get Professor X. These 2 should not be exhausted. Okay. I'm going to exhaust Cyclops, use a mental and a physical. to get rid of Taskmaster's sword. He would heal 1 and then attack for 5, taking him down to 2. Gambit will attack for 3. And he's going to flip. When he flips, we get an encounter card. After a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. Okay. Then one, 2, 3 for Helicarrier. Hold on to Professor X. We'll ready. And dropped 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Taskmaster is going to be set to 17 hit points. Threat will go up by 1. I'll take the damage. He's going to attack for 3 plus a boost. Colossus will defend. 3, 4. That does defeat Colossus. And we have 2 encounter cards. I think he would actually be at 3 now. First one, Surge, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. So here it surges into Captured by Hydra. And he's going to scheme for 3, 4, 5. That puts this at 10. And Hydra sidearm. Okay. I'm going to draw a card. East. Okay. I'm going to thwart 2 off of Captured by Hydra. He'd be at 2. Priority target will go there. Helicarrier, X-Jet, Angel, Helicarrier, X-Jet. Yeah, Angel. And Inspired. We'll pay for Beast. Beast will come in. That will trigger Utopia to ready me. I get to search my deck and discard pile for a resource and add it to my hand. Strength. Okay. Before I flip down, he's got priority target on him. Ruby Quartz Visor will pay for Optic Blast. Yes, an X-Gene. Yes, will pay for Full Blast. So now I'm going to be dealing 11 damage to Taskmaster. He'll go from 17 down to 6. Okay. Then I'm going to flip down and heal for 3, which will pull me up to 6. I'm going to search my deck for a tactic card. We get practice defense. Add it to my hand. And I'm going to use strength and practice defense to pay for Professor X, who will come in and confuse Taskmaster. Technically, I have the win, but he's going to thwart 3 off of captured by Hydra. Before we do that, we have to do this. Oops. Gambit is still barely alive. So that gets defeated. We get to have Shang-Chi come to hand. Alright. So that's defeated. Beast will thwart 2, dropping that down to 8. He'll take a consequential. Of course, Professor X has a consequential as well. Gambit is going to thwart for 3, dropping that down to 5. He will be defeated. Wolverine could thwart 3. We'll pop in Shang. I can't do that because he's not an X-Men. But Professor X is going to disappear anyways. So I think we'll throw in Shang-Chi and remove Professor X. Shang-Chi will thwart 2, dropping this to 3. I did not have an energy resource that I could use. And Wolverine will thwart 1, 2, 3 to defeat the main, or not defeat the main scheme, but clear it. He will go up to 3 there. We'll ready. And we'll drop to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's going to be game, probably. All right. Threat will go up by 1. I don't have to choose anything because I am an alter ego. Taskmaster would scheme, but he's confused. And he gets hunted by Hydra. Ah, yes. Goes up to 2. Discard that. It doesn't do anything because I am not in hero form. So just insights 1. That was the encounter card, and now it is player phase. Well, I'm going to flip up. He's going to damage me for 1. This would fall off. Let's see. X-Jet will generate a physical resource. Danger Room Training will be a mental. And I'm exhausting to remove the Hydra sidearm. And I didn't have to exhaust. It just says to spend a mental and a physical. Then to feel like I'm doing something, we're going to thwart 2 to clear that. Shang-Chi would have had a consequential from last turn. This Danger Room Training belonged to Gambit. So 2, 4. Takes him down to 2. Ricochet Beam is going to pay for Triskelion. And Helicarrier and Genius will pay for Sync. Sync is an X-Men, which triggers Utopia. I get to ready. Cyclops is going to swing for 1, make it 2 because of this interrupt. When you use a basic power, exhaust Sync, you get +1 to that power for this use. Taskmaster is defeated. There are no minions in play. There's no threat on the main scheme. I still have allies in play. That was a perfect 10, I think. Let me know in the comments if I messed anything up, if I left anything out that would have made me lose, or if I had done something wrong. I'm pretty sure that this worked out. This was legit a really fun game. I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, I really can't wait for posting this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think. If I messed anything up, please let me know. And before I forget, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're brand new. Really appreciate you guys for checking me out, for watching the video. You guys are awesome. Stay twisty.